Hello. So for my blog for this week, I kind of just want to talk about the this idea of the depiction of rape, um, and also like touching on the subject of Harriet Tubman and her legacy, the legacy of Harriet Tubman article in particular. Um, but right now I'm playing "You Only Know" by Rick Ross and Future, 2 Chainz. And it's kind of interesting to think about because we as a society, especially our generation, we're exposed to the idea of rape and it's not really like analyzed like or taken seriously. And honestly, I feel like we hear the music, and this particular verse in particular, I took your home and enjoyed it. She didn't even know. Like we be going around rapping it, but I don't think we ever like take the time to like think about like this is a clear depiction of rape. Like, and I feel like when it is depicted, it's not taking like seriously. It's like, oh, it's just a song, or oh, he didn't really do that. Like he's just rapping, but I really think it's more than that, and I feel like we should do more as a generation about talking about these types of issues because I think they are serious. Um, like back in our history, like this Mammy character and even enslaved men, like they were victims like of rape, and we don't talk about that because it does go back. And however, like Harriet Tubman, for example, like when someone is like a powerful figure or like has like a this great legacy of doing like many great things throughout history, it's often easy to look past their sexuality or their um, their sexuality or them being sexualized is not very prominent. Like black women, like we're often stereotyped as being like over sexualized, and things of that nature. But even in this reading, the author speaks about how when this sex tape was put out to the media, that it didn't get this negative reaction about Harriet. The negativity was based towards the person who released it because Harriet had such this prominent and superior legacy. Like she did so much. Like we always think that Harriet was a lady. She got many slaves through the Underground Railroad, etc., etc. But we don't look at the other things. Like she was like a black feminist. Like she was a nurse. She was a part of the National Association of Colored Women. Like she was. There was so much more to her life that we often look over. But and I think it's interesting that that's the case. But with like other black figures, sometimes we don't look at like what they're worth. Like I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's interesting to think about the question like what or how we depict rape or sexual violence. It's kind of a hard question for me to answer myself, but it's interesting to think about for sure.